Here's what happened on day 24 of the Diddy trial. It was a slow and boring day for reasons that I'll explain. But the big news of the day was Juror 6, who many think was favorable for the defense and who wanted to stay on, was finally dismissed and replaced by an alternate. He lives in New Jersey instead of New York and got caught lying when he chatted up the court staff. The rest of the day was spent with law enforcement witnesses on the stand who were just reading text messages and other information into the record. A lot of the messages were to or from Christina Horan, who was Diddy's chief of staff and right hand. I've compared her to Epstein's Ghislaine Maxwell, and some of the victims have sued her in their civil lawsuits. I think it's a mistake for the government not to charge her, or at least threaten to charge her to flip against her former boss. Instead, they gave her a pass. There were texts between Horam and Diddy's assistants setting up the hotel rooms for the freak-offs, contacting escorts, and arranging for their travel and buying drugs. That's drug trafficking and the interstate nexus needed for the federal crimes like prostitution and sex trafficking. There was a text where victim Jane said Diddy threatened to expose her and send the sex tapes to her child's father. That's coercion and extortion. But on cross, the defense got out text messages where Cassie is setting up a freak-off with multiple escorts and saying that she really wants to do this again with you guys. And there were text messages where Jane told Diddy she won't make plans with him. That's all evidence of consent. There were also texts with D-Rock, Diddy's security, and victim Mia, after Cassie filed her lawsuit, where Diddy wants to send Mia money. Mia said her debt was her problem and that she would figure it out herself. This seems to be evidence of guilt and an attempted payoff. Remember, Mia said she was SA'd by Diddy, and Gina, who's victim 3, didn't show up at trial. Was she paid off, afraid, embarrassed, or something else? The defense and cross tried to get out testimony that Diddy paid certain expenses with personal funds. There was discussion of whether invoices were sent to Bad Boy Entertainment or paid with Diddy's Amex or cash. They seemed to be attacking the criminal enterprise element of the racketeering charge. At the end of the day, the judge addressed the issue of another juror who had apparently been talking about the case to a former colleague in violation of the judge's instructions. Now, that juror may also be replaced, but I'll keep you updated.